Welcome to today's episode of Composite Conversations. Today's guest is the chairperson for the Fort McMurray Public School Division, Ms. Linda Mywaart. Ms. Mywaart has been a trustee with the division since 2010 and took the role as chairperson in 2017. Prior to joining the school board, she was an active parent right here on the Fort McMurray Composite High School Parent Association. Ms. Mywaart also spends time with her family, volunteering in the community, and is a strong advocate for students and education. Thank you, Chair Mywaart, for joining us here today. So you were first elected by the community in 2010 as a trustee and later in 2017 as the chair. Before that, what was your occupation?
I was a stay-at-home mom with our 4 children until our oldest graduated from Composite High School in 2009.
I see. And so for the last 40 years now, since January 1982, you've been living here in Fort McMurray. Where did you come from exactly?
I was born and raised in central Alberta, a place called Lacombe. My dad worked for the government research station there, and that's where I started my growing up years. I hope to finish my growing up years right here in Fort McMurray.
Right, that's good to hear. You got involved in school councils here at COM when your daughter was enrolled. Was there any specific or important events that you helped organize or participated in?
Oh, that's a difficult question because I got involved in as many things as I possibly could, from music to band to sports to wake-a-thons for Students Against Drinking and Driving, all of it. I would say the one thing that comes to mind is that we coined a phrase, "We choose COM," to highlight that we were here by our own choosing. We believed in the school, we believed in the students and staff here. It wasn't a default because of where we lived that this was our designated school. We wanted to be here, we wanted to be part of this school.
Of course.
We choose COM.
Of course. And you say that you volunteer with Samaritan's Purse. What exactly is that organization?
Samaritan's Purse is a very huge organization, but the piece that we volunteer with is disaster response. So if a fire or flood or some other catastrophic event has taken place in a community, we have certain skills that we feel we can offer, and we will be called by the organization to come out and get to work in helping people recover, whether it's cleaning out flooded basements, sifting through the ashes of burnt out homes, or whatever else is needed.
Right, of course. And other than chairperson of our school division, what other roles do you volunteer with in the community?
I spent 7 years on the RMWB Advisory Committee on Aging, where our focus was supports and services for seniors. I'm currently on the Board of Governors for the Wood Buffalo Food Bank. Spent many years doing food drives and volunteering in the warehouse, and decided to take that to a next level. I've been involved in Neighborhood Watch. I've been involved in our church, our local church, pretty much anywhere that piques my interest. If there's a spot for me, I'll try and get involved.
See, that's very impressive that you're all part of these organizations, very important ones and very helpful ones in our community. What is the role of a school board trustee, and why did you decide to get involved?
I decided to get involved because I have a heart for education, and I saw how important it was during my years on school council with our 4 children. The role is governance, overseeing the policies, procedures of the division, and I guess having a voice in and monitoring operations. We don't do operations, but as trustees, we need to be informed about them to understand whether we have gaps in our policy and procedure.
Yeah. Prior to joining the Fmpsd, you were an active member of the Fort McMurray Composite High School Parent Council. One of your best memories or one of your events, which one was the most memorable?
Again, that's a tough one. The most memorable events were when I could be side by side with students who were classmates of my own children. One that comes to mind is a wake-a-thon. So we're here all night, we're kind of chaperoning, watching the students, but we had an amazing game of floor hockey in the small gym. Things like that, where I had the opportunity to be involved with my kids. That was very important to me, to get to know staff, to understand where they were coming from when they were teaching my kids, to be able to have those conversations. I just felt it was a great privilege to be involved in the education of my kids.
Right. Just one last final question. What advice would you give our current graduating minors and those currently enrolled in our school and across the Fmpsd when they get ready to complete high school?
I would say don't sell yourself short. I never imagined myself in the trustee role, much less in the role as board chair. I've grown into the position, I've learned, I continue to learn, and I would say that everybody has that potential. Fix your eyes on something, listen to those around you. They may see some potential in you that you don't see yourself. Don't sell yourself short. The sky's the limit, really.
Yeah. Thank you, Chair Mywaart, for joining us today. It's great to see the impact that the minor family has in the community, and thank you all for joining us today for Composite Convos. Have a great day, and I hope to see you next episode.